This tutorial talks about how you can log in as an administrator and editor and make changes in addition to the website. So first of all, you need to go to the login page. This is satsang-foundation.org slash and then wp-admin, ADMIN, and then return. This address does not show up anywhere on the main page. Don't worry, just type in wp-admin and you will see this screen. You have to type in wp-admin after the URL satsangfoundation.org. So it becomes one continuous longer URL. Now you enter your login name. So I will enter mine. You should have received an email giving you your login and password. If not, get in touch with me and then I'll be happy to provide you the details. Remember, by the way, that once you are done, anytime when you are done from the administrator screen, it's an excellent idea to make sure you log out. So click on log out when you are done by clicking on the top right link over here. So you will see this screen, and basically the dashboard is summarizing the posts, the pages. Remember, posts are the second menu item, second line. Pages are the first menu item, first line. And categories are different blocks or different sections in the second menu line. Now you'll probably be wondering, there are 18 categories over here, but not many more than 10 show up in the actual second line. And the reason for that is that 8 of the categories are actually hidden, and they are for use in manipulating the different things on the opening page. For example, remember slideshow, slider show, events, featured articles. So all those things are categories that don't show up in the menu, but they definitely make a difference to where the particular post will show up. I'll get into more of those details, but let's just jump into, I'll click on post so that it shows me the further choices below it, and then let's just click on categories for a moment. Once I click on categories, you will see over here, for example, the name of the category, a short description if it has been entered, slug, ignore it for now, and the number of posts under that category. So different categories will have different posts under it. By the way, if a particular category has 0 posts under it, it will just not show up in the actual website. So now discourses has 3 subcategories: in text, in video, in voice. And if you go back, just quickly go back to the actual website by clicking here on the Satsang Foundation. You will see under discourses, in text, in video, in voice. So this is how the mapping is to what you see over there in the control panel and on the actual screen. I'm going to click on the back now so that I am back over here. Look at the other categories. For example, you also have events. So if you are going to post about an event that is coming up, you will categorize it as an event, and that will make sure that it goes and sits in the ticker as well. If you wanted to give it a place of prominence, you would probably want to also categorize it as recently added, or you could really go all out and also make it one of the items in the slideshow. So in that case, it will show up in the slideshow, it will show up in recently added, and it will also show up in the ticker. So these are all choices you have at any time while just simply making a post and then configuring it so that it shows up appropriately in the website. So here's events. Everything else is a catch-all, and if something doesn't really fit into the categories, then it probably fits into everything else. Featured articles. We spoke about featured articles when we looked at the structure of the website in the previous tutorial. The category from HEMA actually talks about the slider show, because all the slider show items are commercial items that HEMA would be making available. So they are simply called from HEMA. Newsletter is a category that you can again see in the second menu item. Excuse me. Now showing is the slideshow. You might be wondering why it's not called slideshow itself. Well, if you look at any of the posts, you will notice that the name of the category actually shows up in the in the on the post in a gray box, and somehow to me the name slideshow didn't seem very appropriate when it was showing up, and so I renamed it as now showing, because it is more friendly from the point of view of a visitor. He's simply seeing something that is now showing, which is okay, now showing, rather than saying slideshow. Matter of choice. um, Everything that is under HEMA also shows up under publications, but you got to make sure you tick up both from HEMA and publications appropriately. The reason for that is that not everything that is publications you will want to show up in the slider show. Otherwise, the slider show will get cluttered. So while publications will contain everything, slider show will contain selectively a fewer number of items that you are featuring at that moment from HEMA publications. In publications, there are several subcategories: audio, book, cassettes, and DVDs. And typically, when you are making entry for an audio, all you need to do is to categorize it as an audio, and it will automatically read as a publication. So that is what you will do when you are going ahead and adding. Quotations is for adding what will show up as a fresh quotation on a daily basis. And the key over here is that anytime you are adding a quotation, you have to also set its published date. And a published date can be set sometime in the future. For example, if you set it for October 5th and today is October 2nd, then 3 days from now on October 5th, that particular post will get made automatically and will start showing up. And this is what is used to cycle through a number of quotations by subsequently setting each quotation to be published the next day, the next day, the next day, and so on. Recently added, remember the box on the right top, and Satsangi say a category that was there in the second menu item. So these are the different categories that are in use in the website, and this is a brief overview of the categories for you to take a look as we start getting into how to make posts and how to make changes. Thank you.